do you think? Are you ready for action? Are you ready for action? Huh? Folks, Dr. Paul here, of course. We have a very special opportunity. This little one. Oh, where's Dee Dee? Where's Dee Dee?
He knows who works on it.
He's already had Bodywork. And Bodywork for babies? What? You've seen some of the work that Dee Dee does with babies. It can help a whole range of things. Babies are born tight. Birth is traumatic. It's rough. And the tension that's along the spine can affect feeding, latch, torticollis, where the neck is off to one side, that you can have curvature in the spine just because babies were so tweaked. This is an opportunity for you all to see what it looks like to have Bodywork when you're not a baby anymore. So a child, an older child, older, big sister, big brother. Yeah, we're going to learn from the best here about the things that can be helped with Bodywork, and you get to kind of see, Dee Dee's going to really teach you, right? So the kind of work that a parent can do at home. So this will be important for anybody that has children or the opportunity to help their children or their grandchildren. This is going to be an important video. Enjoy.
So what I'm doing is a spinal evaluation. I'm going to look at her spine. I'm going to see how it's developing. This little cutie has already had an x-ray that detected some mild scoliosis. A lot of times I will actually catch it when I'm working on kiddos that get brought in just because they're tight, they don't sleep well, they only sleep on their stomachs, all these different things. So if you didn't get the Bodywork as a baby, then that tension that might have been there, they just grow into it versus out of it. When they hit full growth, it's very hard to change. And then Doc's gonna explain.
Actually,
so I'm gonna
you
get
can look around my
behind.
belly button.
Yeah. So I'm going to be right behind first so the camera can't see, but I'll move out of the way in a minute. So my evaluation is I'll say, put your arms out like an airplane.
Go ahead and do this.
And then I'm looking to see where do I see or do I see a curvature. The other things you're going to look for as a parent, does one side sit higher than the other? Her left side just sits a little higher. We don't say anything ahead of time so that she's not thinking, oh, let me shift or move. Then I also look all the way down to the hips. This hip sits differently than this hip.
Getting tired yet?
Hers is, yeah, sorry.
You're doing great.
In front.
And we'll do in front. Good.
And then the other part of the curvature we're going to see when the arms go forward, excuse me, is lordosis. She's got a deep curvature here, which, did you sleep on your stomach a lot? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And up!
Nice.
And then same thing. So it's generally in this one where I see the curvature.
Yeah.
So you can see it too? Yeah, so you see it. Again, it's probably hard on camera, but for parents, you can go ahead and relax, sweetie.
Oh,
for parents, that's something you can look at and see. And so the Bodywork, the therapy helps. And that's why they're here today, is mom needs to learn how to do this. And this cutie needs to learn the things that she can do. Did your shoulder just pop? Good, we're all done. The things that she can do to help with that, the stretches, the sleeping. Her getting involved with that helps her really get in tune with her body as she grows, which is really important.
That's a very thorough, simple to do evaluation for scoliosis, which is curvature of the spine. And in pediatrics, we were basically told, bend over, touch your toes, and we take a look, and that was it. But by putting the arms out and forward and up, it really allows you to see the musculature and see if there's a difference. So,
'cause I always wondered if that's why it wasn't caught until it was severe, is that if I have her just bend over, the curvature goes away.
Right.
I don't see all the other little
Right.
pieces. And so that's kind of the piece. And it's not just always scoliosis, it's lordosis and kyphosis. And nowadays kids are like this quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yours are not. I've watched them walk, their posture is better. But we want to, especially for girls, we want to make sure that the lordosis gets treated and the sleep posture changes. Otherwise, you end up really having hips. Most of the women that I hear when they get into their 60s who've had hip replacements all had lordosis growing up. So it just makes me wonder if that doesn't put too much stress on the hips.
Yeah, makes a good point.
So as we're getting ready to get on the table, I notice she stands. How do you do that and not fall over? Can you show us what you did? No, it was like this. Oh my goodness. So there. Holy cow. So were you going to say something?
I was going to say when she was little, I noticed she would watch, what is that called? Pigeon-toed?
Pigeon-toed? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so we talked to her pediatrician, and the pediatrician said she'll grow out of it if she doesn't grow out of it by the age of 10
Okay.
that she might need surgery or something.
Was your pediatrician Dr. Paul?
It was not Dr.
Okay.
Paul.
'Cause I would have had to just. So
He's retired now.
you should come over and explain, why do pediatricians say that? Because that was something that happens when
she's like
babies are
this,
born
right?
crossing.
Her feet
Well,
were
right
turned
now
in.
she can completely
She
turn
can
one
still
leg.
do that.
Yeah.
This is my natural stance. I'm the other way, Charlie Chaplin. So a lot of it has to do with one of two things. The femur bone, how it attaches in the hip, if it's rotated a bit, one way or the other. Call that like femoral anteversion. This is the femur bone and the femoral head. It's just rotated. But it can also be tibial torsion, where this tibia bone is a little twisted. But it can get worse and worse if you keep just staying in that, right? So that's where Bodywork and you can explain how you can grow out of that with some Bodywork.
Well, and I've realized in the last 10 years, because of working with you, is that a lot of babies, when they're born, they cross. And so if she was one where she crossed, or her feet only wanted to go in, or when we carry our kids on our hips, like I've talked to you about that, a lot of times we'll carry them around, and what do their feet do? Their feet wrap around our hips in order to stay on. So it's just, again, things that she grew into. So that's something else I'll check too. And I don't know if the camera can catch it, but I've noticed that like when kids have that, you can see where it's falling in. The ankle, I don't know if you can tell because of this rug, but those are little bitty things that if we pay attention to now, as you grow, you're going to grow out of them. The other thing is it's the importance of shoes, the kind of shoes you're in, how you're allowed to walk. And maybe that is part of the tibial thing that Doc was talking about. I'll check it when I work on her real quick. We'll run through and I'll just check all your body parts really fast. How does that sound? Okay. So, do you want to ask me how do I make it comfortable for a kid to get a massage? Like what's that look like if parents are thinking my kid's not going to let somebody else touch them?
So Dee Dee, I know that kids often are not thought of as candidates for massage.
Right.
So how do you make kids comfortable for massage?
Well, first of all, for any body workers that are out there that want to work with kids, we need more body workers working with kids. And pediatric body work looks differently. And it's positioning, like with this young lady, I've got her covered in order to check her back. And I make sure that she's comfortable when she comes in. The big thing for me is the environment. My table's on, it's warm, it's comfy. Do you like pink? I hope so. You don't know if you like pink? You don't like it? Oh, shoot! Do you like mermaids? No? How about dinosaurs? Okay. All right, well, normally I will put something on that I feel like maybe is going to make them more comfortable on the table. This glows in the dark. And again, everything's kind of warm. I use warm stones, I use cups. It's to allow them to be more comfortable. Are you finding something? Okay, she's just going to be difficult. Some kids, you're just...
With monkeys.
Okay, we're keeping the stars. She'll be fine. Yeah? She wants the stars. She broke down. Okay, so we're going to leave. And then what the biggest part of helping kids feel comfortable is when their first massage with me, I have them sit on the table. In fact, I'm going to do that with you. Hop up here. Let's show them what that looks like. Ready? Okay. So what I'll do to make sure that communication is clear, because even adults will not say whether or not it's too much pressure or not. I'll say when I'm working on you, I'm going to ask you what the pressure feels like. This is soft, gentle pressure. This is medium pressure. And any more than that would be deeper pressure. So if I'm doing this and it's uncomfortable, what would you say? Say, too much pressure. Yeah, you would say too much pressure. You'd say, and if I ask you, I would say, does that feel okay? You only want to tell me, yeah, he knows how to do it. You only want to tell me if it feels okay if it does. This is your body, and at any point you're uncomfortable, you say stop. And if you don't feel comfortable talking to me, I expect you to go, Mom, oh, I love your little dimples. I have one. I got ripped off and didn't get the second one. So the idea is that you're totally comfortable at all times. You're covered and you feel safe. Are we in agreement?
Yes.
Yes, thank you very much. That is very important. It is super important that they are willing to talk to me or talk to their mom. If they're not, they don't go on the table. There's a lot of people that believe that kids should only be worked on when they're fully clothed. I can't address the muscular tension issues with clothes on, but I can make sure that they're completely safe when they're on the table, and that when I touch them, it's okay, and that they're giving me consent, not just the parent at this age. Okay.
See, that's our outfit for today.
Right.
Let's get that. Oops, what did I just do? She even ironed it. Bloopers. Oh, guys,
Uh-oh, somebody's in trouble.
I'm in trouble now.
I'd help you out, but...
This is somebody's outfit for today. We do a lot of filming here.
Hey guys, it's Dee Dee Hoover.
Hey, Dee Dee
What?
Hoover.
You're not members yet? Well, get on it, because there's crazy stuff coming. What are you waiting for? Let's go.
That was good.
Wow.
I didn't even ask for that. I was trying to rescue your outfit that fell